this video, we will go back to the past and explore what has happened in this barangay. We will try to traverse the history behind the name of Panadtaran and why it is being called, digging up credible source to one of the barangay staffs
Good morning,
that has
ma'am. We are the
primary
students of
source
City
of
Naga Extension Campus taking up Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education major in Home Economics. And we are here in front of you asking for a little bit of your time to answer our questions that involves Barangay Panadtaran here in San Fernando. So first is, kanusta nahimo or na-establish ang Barangay Panadtaran? Then, kinsay nagtukod sa Barangay Panadtaran? Then, nganong gitawag kini Panadtaran kung diin kini gikuha nga pangalan?
How the barangay got the name is, it was known as Panadtaran because of the great battle happened on this barangay. Their enemies were all killed by means of Panadtad by Bulos. In spite of that bloody moment, Kabisa Adriano and his comrades won the horrible battle and got back the flag from the revolutionists with flying colors. According to the history of the Barangay Panadtaran, it was only a city of San Fernando. Before the Spaniards came to the Philippines, San Fernando was not yet a town and had four cities, namely Pitalo, Panadtaran, Balod, and Sangat. During the Spanish regime, San Fernando was ruled by a Spanish priest named Father Sanchez, and the place was named after him. It had been a long time we were under the Spanish government. Strict discipline was imposed at the time. San Fernando had a kabisa. As of now, or we call it a mayor, who was the kabisa for he was really capable for that position. Through a very strict management of San Fernando, some of our co-Filipinos turned against them. They formed group by group in the mountains. Their groups were called Pulahan and Insurrectos. They were against the Spanish government. Several of the people were among the groups. The kabisa was so ejected. A greater war occurred against each other by bulos, spears, and swords, and there were severe fighting in Sitio Panadtaran. Just a wink of an eye, you could not count the dead bodies scattered in the place. Although San Fernando before is just a poor, small, and not thickly populated, there was a rumor that the mayor of the Naga town and some of the heads on that place have an agreement that San Fernando will be united to be fused to Naga town. It was the kabisa and some followers who fought against this matter. If it's not the effort exerted by kabisa and some followers, San Fernando, a part of Naga, no more Pitalo, Panadtaran, Balod, and Sangat, became a various. It was known as Panadtaran because of the great battle happening in this barangay. Their enemies were all killed by means of Panadtad by Bulos. In spite of that bloody moment, the kabisa and his comrades won the horrible battle and get back the flag from the revolutionists with flying colors. This is the story of the Barangay Panadtaran, why it is called that name.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for that relevant information about the Barangay Panadtaran. So we are hoping and wishing for the continuous success and peace here in your barangay, ma'am.
And now, Panadtaran is steadfast growing and blooming for its beautiful features, introducing different establishments and good-looking place to unnamed. Panadtaran is changing into high-developed barangay. People from the barangay are now living with peace and freedom from war. They are now enjoying the collective changes of it, and that is Barangay Panadtaran. In connection with the history, let us now move on to the beautiful features and the most famous activities and spots that San Fernando has. Let us now explore to what is meant by it and trying to look back the story behind this. The collective history is the main purpose of exploring this famous and grandest spot in San Fernando. and this is
Sikoy-Sikoy, Sikoy-Sikoy.
Sikoy-Sikoy is a type of fishing rod in the town of San Fernando. Our fishermen will encounter big waves. They don't care about the difficulties. Instead, they will only have success. The Sikoy-Sikoy is the image of striving for the strength of the Sikoy-Sikoy to secure a victory. The first celebration of the Sikoy-Sikoy festival was in 2008. It was established in response to the call of officials in the promotion of festivities in the town of Cebu. The festival also at the same time as the town fiesta, which is celebrated in honor of their patron saint, San Isidro Labrador. Sikoy-Sikoy Festival is a festivity to celebrate God's gift of love to the people of San Fernando, Cebu, Philippines. Sikoy-Sikoy comes from the word sikoy, which literally means an act of fishing using nets deliberately done when tides are rough and sturdy. The festival is a Thanksgiving ritual and a petition prayer for guidance, protection, and blessings for a bountiful harvest from the farm and from the sea. On the other hand, Sikoy-Sikoy Festival is San Fernando, Cebu, former Mayor Lacandeni Nene Triluya's response to the Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia's call to promote local festivals to show the Cebu town's identity and the beauty of its culture. It has gotten tremendous support from the town's major businesses. Even in its infancy stage and despite the odds, Sikoy-Sikoy catches the attention of the people of San Fernando. It generates thousands in attendance in the streets and in the Search Plaza. For the second time, Sikoy-Sikoy Festival was being held on May 8. It coincides with the town's fiesta celebration on May 16 until 15 of each year. The municipality of San Fernando has revived the Sikoy-Sikoy Festival, which was scrapped by the previous town officials simply because it was conceptualized and first staged by Mayor Nene Triluya. In some manner, Sikoy-Sikoy is a colloquial term for panikoy, a fishing practice by which fishermen threw their nets into rough and sturdy waves. The festival is a street dancing and ritual competition participated by elementary and high schools within the municipality. And 2017 grand winner is Barangay Panadtaran's Tribo Panadtaranon, headed by late Barangay Captain Nonoy Riluya.